Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer. It is my greatest pleasure to see you again after such a long time. You may have been able to watch my videos when I was away in Korea, however I was unable to interact with any of you in any way, shape or form, unless you happen to be in Korea on that same time and also attend the Sonyoshide aka Girls' Generation concert that was in Seoul. But then you didn't introduce yourself to me, so I don't think any of you were there or noticed that I was there. Anyway, so happy I'm here. We're back with Space. There's our Fred Holyface. There's what Sovereign apparently thinks is a ghost. I don't think so, he's just got a wild imagination. This looks more like a face than this does. I mean, honestly, really. I mean, look at the two. Anyway, let's stop talking about nonsense. I'll have plenty of time to talk about nonsense, don't get me wrong. But at this particular point in time, I'd rather start the fight. I'll actually have a little quick look at my empire. Now, I did have to watch my own video in order to know what on earth I was doing before, because I have completely forgotten. Fortunately, now I kinda do remember what I was planning to do, more or less because of watching the other video. I know that the ships on I Am Hot are very well protected against missiles, so in order to counteract this, I'm going to retrofit my magnetics. I'll get rid of all the missiles, which makes me happy because you know all too well that I hate missiles, and lasers are always lasers. They might be called beams, but they are lasers in space, so why would you not love them? I mean, honestly. So I'm gonna retrofit them and then try to make as many as possible on I Am Hot. However, I still have a little bit more time, and I could theoretically wait for another 2 turns. Problem is, when you look at my dust income, you can see that I'm actually losing dust as well. So, the longer I wait, the less ships I can actually purchase for dust. You know, so I would rather purchase as many of them as I can now, and then deal with my bankruptcy later. Now, my hope is that my main hero, who's over here, will actually bring me dust after defeating those ships. If at all, if he actually can kill those pirates. He might not be able to do so, but at the very least he is going to bring me some more income. And on one more note I need to make is that if I do get rid of those ships, then I Am Hot will produce way more dust than it currently does. I mean, as you can see, actually you cannot see how much dust I'm losing from the enemy ships orbiting my system, but I'm losing a lot. I don't remember if it was 75% or 90%. It was very high either way. And of course I'm not getting any science from the system as well, because you know it's blockaded. But I wouldn't get much anyway, so I'm not gonna cry about it or anything. So, with that being said, I think I'm ready to actually pump out a bunch of magnetics. How many of them can I make? Well, let's just queue up a bunch of them and then let's see. I can speed purchase 1, 2, 3, and that's about it. So I just purchased 3 magnetics. Alright, and I'm not gonna make anything else because I do want to stack on my industry as much as possible. I think on the next turn, when I have a little bit more industry, I'll actually produce my ships while I still can. I mean, after making those ships, I'll also lose more dust per turn, which is going to be an issue to say the least. So I need to do something about it. I mean, even now, even though Tortuga is maxed out on stacked industry and I could do something on it, I'm not gonna do so. And my simple reasoning is I needed to convert this industry to dust. Besides, I don't have any improvements that I would like to create on the system. In fact, I don't really need those sustainable funds, so I can get rid of them. But everything else is essential and nothing else is important. So there are not too many ways for me to boost my dust income. However, as you can see, the enemy has declared a battle on my ships over Matrix. Now, another issue that I encountered when I was preparing to record this cast is a fairly big one. As you can see, with my ships sitting in a hangar, I cannot, in fact, create a new fleet from them. I don't think it's a bug, it might be, but I don't think so. I think that because the Amoebas attacked me above the system, I can no longer create a fleet on it until I deal with this battle. Which is very annoying, and if it is not a bug, I mean, regardless if it's a bug or not, I would like to get it removed from the game, because honestly, I get it that those 2 fleets are fighting, but what on earth does stop my military ships from leaving the hangars and joining the fight. Now the reason why I'm annoyed about this is because if I lose those ships, and in this battle I doubt I will lose all my electrics because the enemy is only using missiles and I have a lot of flak defenses, but the enemy also has multiple fleets, so if I do lose all my electrics and my Delta fleet falls, then the enemy will be able to start capturing Matrix, which is annoying because the reason why I'm at so many electrics is partially because they are good tanks. They can deal some damage, but they are also good tanks. They can survive for a long time, and having them above Matrix would protect it from being ever invaded. Now, if the enemy actually started invading it, it could be difficult for me to stop it. So, on that note, let us start this battle. Also, I don't have any juice with me, but I do have my ginseng drink. Oh yeah, do you remember? I think some of you might. It's a drink I drink on rare occasions when recording Endless Space, but it is known, at least to me, as the best thing I can drink while recording a video, because nothing works better on my throat. It's just incredible in this regard, and I love it for it. And I do need something that works well with my throat, but I'll talk about that later. Right now I need to decide what I want to go for, and I think berry is a solid idea. Because right now I'm more concerned on keeping my electrics alive rather than destroying the enemy ships. Otherwise I would go for EMP. So luckily the enemy decided to went for EMP, but I was able to counter it for very obvious reasons. And now we're just kind of both trying to kill each other, which is a little bit difficult when we consider that we both have very good defenses, but we're not so amazing in terms of offense. I mean, don't get me wrong, the enemy does have a lot of missiles, but they're nowhere near enough to actually do any damage to my ships. And I don't even think I need those non-repair systems, so I might as well change this into... what is a good offensive card that also counters sabotage? Nothing, I don't think. Nothing, I don't think. That's very nice. So instead, I will go for... no, I'm not gonna risk adaptive strategy, because adaptive strategy would lower my defense, and even though missiles are least effective in melee phase, they are still threatening. So, oh, besides, I did take some damage that non-repair fixed, so it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, this battle is actually going to end with my ships taking little to no damage and the enemy actually being a little bit damaged, which is better than what I hoped for, which makes me happy, of course. But it also gives me a chance to lower the game volume a little bit, because I think it's a little bit on the loud side. And also, wow, this is a cool camera angle, a really cool camera angle. But anyway, this also gives me an opportunity to talk a little bit off topic and explain what is the other reason why I'm using ginseng. I mean, of course, I'm celebrating because I'm back with you guys, and seriously? Okay then. And this calls for a celebration, and I can use my ginseng drink for that. Okay, that's one reason. Other, however, is that I'm not feeling particularly well, unfortunately. I feel a little bit sick. I was feeling perfectly fine when in Korea, but as soon as I returned to Poland, I started feeling a little bit low. It might be because of my allergy, honestly, because right now is the time of the year when my allergy hits the most, and I can feel that my throat is kind of getting all annoying, if I can say so. It's all sore and whatnot. And this might be it. So ginseng, I think, is a better alternative to juice for me at the moment, because, as I said, it helps my throat a lot. Anyway, even more missiles from the Amoebas, which is good because I'm well protected against missiles. Let's engage into manual. Also downstairs, I do have... oh no, I forgot to prepare my meal. You know what? I think I'll pause the recording after this battle and warm up my oven, because I'm getting a little bit hungry. Anyway, right now, what I also wanted to mention is that I do have a honey plum tea preparing downstairs, which is not the best tea, I have to admit. I mean, I'm a huge tea maniac, and I do know how to make a good tea, and I have a particular tasting tea. And I drink it rather often, not as often water or even juice, because I'm recording a lot of videos. Actually, I would say I drink it as often as I drink juice. But I really do, I do appreciate a good tea. So, honey plum tea is not a real tea, not in my opinion, but it also does help me. At least I think it should help me a little bit with my health problems. And wow! The enemy was actually able to destroy my electric. That was unexpected. The electric goes down Well, the family of its crew will be notified. It's kinda sad. I think it almost crashed into my other ship, but still there's no crashing feature in the game, sadly. I suggested it, lots of people loved it, and the devs, I don't think they ever noticed. Yeah, that's kinda sad, isn't it? And another electric falls! Oh man! This is bad. The enemy does have a very critical amount of missiles, and if they keep at it, they will be able to take down all my electrics, which is unfortunate. And I think that's because they have actually better missiles. If we look at them, yeah, they have a different tail behind them. The previous ones were a little bit fatter in terms of the tail behind them, and those ones are slimmer, more snake-like. And this is a clear indicator that the enemy's missiles are way better. Still, in the previous 10, I mean, battle phase, I lost electric in like one shot, and now I didn't take any damage, which is really strange, if I have to be honest. But then again, the effectiveness of missiles is severely diminished in melee, so I guess it makes sense. And is the enemy going to attack me again? No, they used all of their attacks, so that's good. I can now safely create a big fleet to counteract the enemy and make sure that the matrix stays protected at all times. Alright, that's one fleet, and that's gonna be another. So free, I cannot speak English apparently, but we all know that. 3 fleets are going to protect my great matrix. Very, very nice. In fact, if I could, I would love to move them somewhere else as well, because as you can see, Amoebas are relentless with their assault. They keep moving everywhere they can, and I do need to move some of my ships. Oh wow, they're even colonizing those areas. Yeah, I do need to move some of my ships to Rendezvous, because it will be attacked again, I have no doubt about that, and it's just a matter of time when and by whom. My guess is on Amoebas, because even though the pirates' presence is still strong in this area, I bet that by now the Amoebas have control over this Protostar, they have control over Murgashi as well as Essa, they want to take control over I'm Hot, and they have control over Her Hat. It's only logical that they will try and seize control over Rendezvous as well. So first of all, can I even make there? Yes, I can. The enemy is not blockading me. That's very, very nice. Now, I do have another fleet of electrics guarding Matrix, but from what I learned from the previous fleet, it was barely enough to keep me safe. So USA will stop guarding the system, and hopefully the enemy will focus on the large fleet and leave the smaller fleet alone, which will allow me to reinforce the larger fleet with the remains of the smaller fleet whenever necessary. Alright, what else do I need to take care of? Well, I'm losing way less dust now, which is actually surprising. I mean, I'm only lost 3 ships. Then again, I guess they do cost a lot of dust. I mean, when you look at the amount of expense from fleets, that's 262 dust per 10. That's a lot. Then again, it's nowhere near as much as I lose dust from system. But I'm also gaining more dust from system. I guess it kind of makes sense, more or less. Anyway, one fleet requires my attention, and that's Urius, eh? Oh, well, you just got it anyway. Oh, actually, can I make it wait? I mean, it does say that it's idle until enemy's fleet is in this fleet's detection range, but maybe it will not count the fleets that are already in the detection range. I don't know. I'll see, I guess. Anyway, counterattack is almost maxed out on industry, but then again, counterattack doesn't really need this industry because there is little I can do with it. Even though it is almost maxed out on industry, it still has a very small amount of it, and those people absolutely hate me for the reason of lavas and mineral pool planets. Actually, can I turn this? No, I can. Actually, I did not even do the moon survey on this planet. That's surprising. Whatever. I was hoping I could terraform this Arctic into something better, but I cannot. I don't have the tech for it. I could terraform it into lava, but actually I would like counterattack to provide me with a decent amount of science. Sounds about right. Also, I'm happy to will remain outpost for 3 turns, so that's as much time as I have to actually do some good stuff on it. So I do want to clear this fleet as soon as possible, because in those 3 turns, making anything that I'm hot will be very difficult, because those people will hate me. Anyway, it's about time I actually do drink this ginseng, so excuse me for a moment. Wow. I forgot how energetic it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is really a magical drink. I mean, honestly, I already feel better. Literally, just from a double sip. It's not a single sip, it's a double sip. double zip. I'm sorry. It really does work hyperactively, and I actually did read online that ginseng is root by itself. When you chew it, it's very good when you go to a gym to just chew some ginseng root because it does help your muscles and whatnot. So yeah, and also was it ginseng or something else that nobody's allergic to? I think it might have been ginseng. So anyway, somebody has died. I'm not sure who, so let's have a quick look. It's the no contact sowers died. Okay, nobody cares about them. Sad but true. Sad but true. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is pause the recording for just a brief moment because I do need to go downstairs and heat the oven. Otherwise, I will have to wait forever to get my food ready, and I'm hungry as I said, so I'll be right back. Alright, I have returned and I just noticed that the amoebas cheat. Literally cheat. Do you see Hero? Do you see it? It is currently an amoeba system. Do you know what's wrong with that? You cannot colonize a neutral system that is under somebody else's influence. Hero is definitely under my influence. I can see the green right here. It is, technically speaking, my system. It is within my borders and nobody but me can colonize it. But amoebas don't care. They're strong, independent, primordial soup-like beings. And they don't need no permission, they don't need no rules, they don't care about them. They can colonize whatever they want. And who's gonna stop them? Well, I will, if you wanted to know. I will do so gladly. But first of all, a battle on Matrix is imminent, and of course, being the cowards they are, amoebas attack my wicked fleet. Only fools and honorless bastards attack the weak ones when they can seek glory, finding a greater threat. But fear not, dear friends, as I am smarter than they could ever be, and I know how to retreat and fire back at the same time. A technique so complicated and incredibly advanced that the primordial soup I'm finding has not yet been able to grasp its complexity and awesomeness. They may have the technology, but missiles don't fire when somebody retreats. Now, I may have done no damage while retreating right now, but at least I got my ego boost, which made me go like, like literally, I just went and I liked it. And now, oh, you want to fight a stronger fleet then? Well, I would say you earn my respect, but that would be a lie. Run, devil, run. Oh yeah. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing, it's my comeback video per se. So I'm not going to ruin it with my horrible singing. I will not. I will spare you this horribleness. Anyway, actually I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't go for camouflage, because it will increase the efficiency of my flak defense, but the enemy countered it. I should have went for barrier. That's why I wasn't going for camouflage earlier. I forgot. Sadly, I didn't have much time because I was running out of time in the first phase, but still this mistake can cost me, will cost me at least one ship. I mean, I would lose one ship regardless, I think, but maybe not, you never know, so it was kind of stupid and silly on my side. Anyway, target locked. For a second I was afraid that this is counterable by AMP, but fortunately it isn't. So, focus my fire and fire at will, destroy the enemy. Leave no one behind, have no mercy, and my beams, they look beamier than ever before. Yes, indeed, I think those beams are actually... Did I upgrade beams? Because this is also... Wow! They are also sauce, and I lost another electric. That's sad and annoying, but I still have 4 of them, which isn't that bad, but at the same time, if I keep running out of them, then at some point in time Matrix will actually fall, which I cannot allow. I cannot allow that, not in the least. So this time, fortunately, I'm in no danger of losing my ships. The enemy only has a cruiser and a battleship. They definitely cannot have enough missiles to actually do any damage to me, but just in case they do, I will employ my barrier to soak up as much of the damage as humanly possible. Now, I don't think the enemy will survive the long range. At least one of the enemies will not, and in the medium range, even if I do go for another pair of systems, I think I'll be safe from the enemy. And the enemies are caught anyway, so they decided to retreat rather than fight like the dogs they are. Because the dogs may be dogs, but they are fighting dogs, okay? What am I talking about? I don't even know, but I don't even care. So, the enemy runs away, but I was able to at least deal some damage. Keep this as a sign of memory from me, whatever, I don't know what I was trying to say right there. It doesn't really matter, really, let's be honest. Anyway, I just gained solar mining, which is very important. It gives me target locked and energy absorption, which I don't think I'll be using anytime soon. But maybe, if the enemy makes a switch for beams, then I will be prepared. Also, no, it doesn't counter sabotage, it counters offense. It could be still useful, but the enemy... I know AI. AI does love its EMP. When they can, they almost always use EMP. So I don't think I'll have too many chances to actually use this battle card. But you know, better safe than sorry, as they say. Anyway, I do need to defend Iron Heart, and this is my last chance to actually make some ships over it. And also, how did I gain so much dust? I don't have the trait that gives me dust whenever I kill somebody. So how did I gain this dust? No, really, how did I gain this dust? I don't have the trait for it. No, I don't. No, that's a really good question. I was losing a very small portion of dust each turn. Now I'm actually gaining 5 dust per turn. But on the previous turn, I thought I had like 70 something. Not 542. So how did it happen? Can somebody explain to me? Because I'm really curious. If it's something exploitable, I want to exploit it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm an exploitative bastard, I know, but I want to exploit it. Anyway, this gives me a chance to make even more magnetics, which is very, very nice indeed. So, first of all, how much industry do they cost? 101 each, so I can make 2 of them, and I can also split construction of 1. So 3 additional magnetics, 6 of them, they might be enough to destroy the enemy dreadnought. I hope they are. Now, unfortunately, I'm using beams, so I'm most effective in medium range phase, and least effective in long range. But I'm still relatively effective in long range, unlike, you know, kinetics or something. So it's not all that, but I just hope I'll actually be able to deal a reasonable amount of damage, which I'm not taking for granted. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, I noticed that my ship is retarded because it wants to travel on an interstellar journey, which is going to take an absolute eon to do so. So I could actually, as you can see, it has not even used all of its move. So something I could do is grab myself some deep space inhabitants because it allows me to use advanced warp fields, which is great for logistics. But as we know, I do need solar revivification, whatever, and I do need infinite variable computing. So I'm gonna focus on that. There is so much tech that I need, but at the same time there's little tech I can actually afford to get. And look at this! Amoeba can't handle some puny weakling pirates. Oh, this makes me smile. A little, but smile nevertheless. Oh, so you just say, who are you? What are you? Are you worried to kill? I'm not sure, because that's the fleet that I believe was able to take out an electric in a single shot, so I'm not gonna fire at it just yet. But you, dear sir... it's an explorer. Whatever. No! I could have repaired! No! Why am I so stupid? Why did I click it? I did repair a little bit because of the repair module, but that was just unbelievably stupid what I just did. Anyway, my hero leveled up. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised he's not on maxed out yet, but what I'm gonna go for, since he's already got like 1 billion battle cards and he's got more than he needs, I might as well go for power converters. I mean, why not? Why not? Actually, let me just double check if there isn't something really awesome that I would rather have. But I don't think so. No, I was looking at the beam surge or whatever it's called, but I'm not gonna get it. Ultimate defense could be nice, but I already have emergency shelter and I believe it's a better card of the two. I mean, not better, but in this, for this particular hero it is. Besides, well, I could actually get access to ultimate defense. But you know what, power convergence is better. I mean, not necessarily better, but I do like the idea behind power convergence, so I'm gonna get power convergence, because hey, why not? Alrighty then. Anything else I need to take care of? Well, Matrix is just steadily maxing its industry, which is very, very nice indeed. Can I actually terraform this gas giant yet? No, I cannot, that's alright. I still don't have the tech to colonize asteroids, I just realized. How expensive is it anyway? Very cheap, it takes 110, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the fact that I cannot do so. Yeah, let's actually grab it right real quick so that my main system is a little bit more powerful. It's very cheap, so I don't think I'll lose much. I mean, how much science does it cost? 900. Yeah, actually, that is quite a lot. But I'm willing to take it. I mean, that's not going to give me a huge boost because I'm only losing 50% from this asteroid belt. But still, 50% is 50%. So, you know, maybe it is somewhat a good idea. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, a long time has passed in this video. I mean, we are nearing the 25-minute mark, and I still have not talked about Korea, but it was amazing. It really, really was. Korea was everything I dreamt it would be, and in fact, I spent there a week, right? One of those days is, and I'm not even exaggerating, most likely the best day of my life. Period. Also, the concert, essentially concert, I was on both days of the concert. So amazing. Sadly, the second day, which objectively was actually probably a little bit better, was a little bit ruined for me because I was in a section where nobody, I don't even know what the people in my section were doing on this concert. I mean, they clearly didn't care. Some of them did, but most of them didn't. So it was kind of confusing to me what they were doing there, and they ruined my fun by quite a bit. I couldn't even stand because unfortunately it was a seating section. That's the only one I was able to get. Now, technically speaking, on the first day I was on the floor, and it was also technically speaking considered a seating section. But the thing is, nobody cared, and I was very grateful for this. Because nobody's going to sit on a Sanyoshi concert. Are you crazy? Well, apparently some people are from the second day that were nearby, and just because of them oh, I forgot! Pirates use that with a strategy. This is gonna hurt a lot. Okay, another strategy counters engineering, so I cannot go for engineering, but I do need something that is going to make me survive better. So I guess grind too well makes my ships more resistant. I mean, it does increase the efficiency. Well, it does make me deal more damage, but it's not gonna help me a lot because... Actually, no, it lowers the enemy damage, so yeah, it's a good idea. Let's keep going for it. I like the pack, I like the great one. So anyway, the concert was, however, amazing. Literally amazing. My hero is going to die. Whatever, I don't care, I'm talking about Sonya Shide. And the girls were great. I was able to establish an eye contact with some of them, which was so wow. And someone even threw a bow to me. I failed to catch it because sadly, first of all, I was holding a light stick in my right hand, and I am right-handed. I almost catched it with my left hand, but it slipped out of my hand, so I didn't get the ball, or whatever. Still, I could talk forever about this, and it will require a different video, and I will talk about this concert for half an hour. I have already written a little essay, one might say, on Soshify.com, which is, you know, Sonya Shide fan site. And yeah, I cannot express how happy I was. Also, I'm returning to Planland with a lot of swag, but also not nearly as much as I had hoped, sadly. I missed the occasion. I wasted a lot of time in Korea because of some things I had to do, even though I didn't want to. But oh well, I'm not gonna complain. I had an amazing time over there, and I miss Korea already. As simple as that. Anyway, my hero is dead. F you were unable to keep my fleet alive, I don't like you for this. This video is just going to try and engage the pirates. We'll be able to do some damage, but not a lot, maybe enough to actually secure Tortuga. But since Tortuga now produces way less dust, because it is, you know, blockaded, at least it should provide less dust unless this has been changed in a patch. So I might as well use it to create a bunch of... Actually, I cannot make electrics and I don't care about thermals. Okay, then let's keep making dust then. Anyway, enemy tries to attack Matrix, I'm fine with that. Let's engage this in a manual fight. This time I'm going to go for barrier and not even gonna try and experiment with other cards because they failed me. And when something fails me, I remember that, and I don't forgive easily either. Actually I do, but let's pretend like I don't. Anyway, battle means a good chance for me to drink the last sip of this Jason drink. Actually, it might be 2 sips. Sadly, the bottles are real small, but that's all you need, really. So give me a second. Wow! It is really good. It was more like 1.5 sip, honestly. I don't care, I like it. Anyway, the enemy was not able to do any damage at all to my ships. Apparently Barry works better than I even dreamed to imagine. But then again, you have to realize that last time the enemy's EMP did go off, which lowered my defense, and I didn't have anything that increased, that also increased my defense, and now I am countering the enemy, so it's no wonder that I am able to, you know, take such a small amount of damage. Anyway, let's go for target locked. I don't think I will take any damage in this turn. Actually, I will. Okay. No, I didn't have the time to click on narrow persistence. This is going to hurt me potentially, but at the same time, I will be able to deal some extra damage. And as you can see, it actually did had this Profius 6 a little bit more than it usually would, which is very nice. Because think about non-air resistance that I would otherwise use in melee is that they are very nice, they repair your ships and all, but they decrease your damage output. So that's the little problem, and wow, I did take a lot of hits from the enemy. I was able to repair some of it with my modules, but still, that was surprising. And the enemy was able to repair it as well, so in the next battle things will go way worse for me, because the dreadnoughts are not going to die just yet, but my ships might. Anyway, this battle definitely not worth recording, so I'm just gonna go for another persistence on all of those 3 of those phases. The enemy is most likely going to retreat again, because they are a bunch of cowards and... No, I didn't want to click manual, I thought I clicked auto. Misclicking is the bane of my life. I mean, it honestly really is. You can ask whoever plays any computer game with me, he'll tell you that I misclick a lot. It is most annoying in real-time strategy games, like StarCraft, but it's present in all games, including turn-based strategy games, when in fact it is potentially even more damaging, because in StarCraft when I misclick I can most of the time fix my mistake very quickly. But in turn-based strategy, you misclick, you're dead. That's usually how it goes, so you know. Anyway, the enemy, surprising enough, does not try to run away. He decided to fight, which makes me very happy, because this means that potentially I will be able to actually kill him. And even if he retreats in the medium phase, which he probably will, I will still deal an increased amount of damage and potentially kill one of them. Also, retreat does cost a little bit of life, so, you know, maybe I'll take down the Bacter as well. Yes, I will, that's very, very nice. I'm sorry, very, very nice indeed. But anyway, also, I can see that this video is about half an hour long, and because I want to upload it by today, because the previous video I uploaded was the day before yesterday, and as you are aware, I try and do my best to upload a video every second day, right? I know I cannot do this daily, I don't have enough time, or strength, or a throat good enough to do so, but I do my best to upload video every second day. So I do need to get this video that you're watching right now live today, if it is at all possible. Anyway, the enemy is relentless with their assault, another 2 dreadnoughts with even more missiles, and I'm afraid that this is the end of my electrics. I was able to heal up the damage I have taken, but I also think that they did not heal enough. Oh, actually they are full health, so if I counter the enemy again, and this EA actually does not learn from its mistakes, as we can see, I might just barely be able to actually make it happen, and yet again not lose a single electric while dealing a nice amount of damage. I might also be able to destroy this defender, who's just like an insult to me, he's not really doing anything. So yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Alright, so the battle is drawing its conclusion. After the battle is over, hopefully I will actually be able to finish this video. Don't get me wrong, I like recording videos, I like it a lot, but I am hungry. I am. And I do need to get it uploaded, and encoding stuff takes a long time, and wow! That was unexpected. Did the enemy upgrade or something? They must have. Yeah, I was setting Profius 6 last time, and this time it's 9. And wow, the strategy as well, that was unexpected. Like, really unexpected. The enemy actually started to think, which I don't really like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this, not one bit. Anyway, another electric falls down and another has taken some damage, but I think that I will be able to survive this battle, no doubt. I just hope that no more electrics will die. One will survive, one might die, depends from the enemy missiles. Now, they are very ineffective in this stage, and I was able to counter the enemy as well this time around, so I think I'll be alright. I was also able to damage the enemy dreadnought slightly, but it wasn't really much. Until, wow, the enemy did deal a lot of damage to my ships, that's kinda scary. But until I get a dreadnought tech for my own, I'm kinda checkmate. I mean, I'm not gonna die or anything, but I can't really fight back. I mean, I could spam glass counterattacks of destroyers, but I would love to actually make... Are you kidding me? No, that's enough. That's enough, Amoebas. And that's enough. I'm gonna fight this battle later on. You're exaggerating, welcome, you're overstaying, I don't want you here, you're trespassing, go away. That's gonna be a good fight to open my next videocast, so let's pretend like it's deliberate that I'm not fighting right now. Now, the Amoebas actually... Well, they want ceasefire in return for virtual artifacts. It's tempting, but I will not agree. I will not agree. There's no way I will agree. Why? Because of the things Amoeba did. They deserve to run because they're devils. The whole galaxy is filled with devils, and I'm here to make them run. I'm here to punish them. I'm a warrior that kills people. And that didn't sound epic at all, but I'm not sure it was even supposed to. It's just a fact. So, I refuse your offer, and I'll see you burn. Even though you're a soup and you live in water, I will burn the water you sit in, and then I'll burn you. And I'll take pleasure in that. It was PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer. If you somehow managed to enjoy my videocast, then please do like it, maybe even subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. Also, please do leave a comment, they help me a great deal. And that's about it. Thank you for watching, thank you for not unsubscribing from my channel even though I was away. And I'll see you online. Also, Sonia shit for the win. I love them. Bye!